Hello my friends, so I welcome all of you, almost 103,000 star seeds, light workers and wanderers to this session. Today I have channeled Metatron magnetic consciousness to answer the questions which you had placed. Primarily the first question is about how can we protect ourselves when even the banking system is failing. As you may have already known, from the various recent happenings in the United States, there have been several banks which collapsed. So I've asked Metatron, how can we protect ourselves from such types of situations, and to make sure that we are protected, we need to apply a simple method which has been suggested in this session by Metatron. It's a beautiful method, and also Metatron has suggested about what is the truth about the Holy Spirit. Since many of us, we have heard about the Holy Spirit, and we want to know about the truth, like what is the truth about the Holy Spirit. So it has been covered in the session. The truth about the Holy Spirit has also been described and what it actually means. It turns out that like our religious systems, they have been not telling us the whole truth. So the truth is revealed in this, and also by understanding this, I think you will be able to ascend faster in consciousness. Furthermore, Metatron also reveals an important event which has occurred in our galaxy. And I think many people have no idea about it. Metatron said that this event has this enormous potential of changing the path of our ascension, and the event is related with the moon. So because it is related with the moon, I'm going to play a small clip over here of the recent sighting in the moon. There was a recent explosion seen in the moon. Okay, I'll show you a video, and hopefully with that context in your mind, when you watch the session, you will understand what Metatron is saying in the session. It is really important and eye-opening. And also I was like blown away and speechless by the session because it is so in detail and amazing. And also towards the end, Metatron describes a simple method to connect with the inner light within yourself. And hopefully all of you will find that light of consciousness within yourself by watching this session. And before the session begins, I want to say thank you to all of you who have joined me on my Patreon, where we have a meditation scheduled for 26. We need to protect ourselves and the whole planet. And also in my Patreon, I shared sessions regarding the recent banking collapse, the Pentagon UFOs, a lot of the sessions which I cannot share openly on YouTube because of censorship. You'll find it on my Patreon. The link is on the description. And also I want to say thank you to all of you for liking this video, because the algorithm, it will help it to share it to those who need the information to wake up, to ascend higher in consciousness. And with that being said, enjoy this session, my friends.
I am Metatron magnetic consciousness, and now we greet all of the divine love and light childs of the universal light grid programmer at this time through the channel's vibratory complex. I, Metatron Magnetic Services, Magnetic Forces, am here to guide the human collective at this time by answering the questions raised today through the divine grid programmer's consciousness present inside the mind complex of this instrument. However, as I belong with the angelic beings answer the queries, there is a need for inner discernment to be exercised at this time. Furthermore, the first query, which relates with the Holy Spirit and the truth about it, as well as how can it be used for attaining higher levels of consciousness, we must state that the answer to this query regarding the Holy Spirit as defined by your people is a complex one as to nature of spiritual truth, often defies an easy explanation in your vibratory sound complex terms. However, I will do my best to provide with an answer that is both filled with the truth of the divine light grid programmer, which will illuminate all of you. The Holy Spirit, as it is commonly understood and referred to in the domain of the vibratory sound complex known as Christianity, refers to the third aspect of the Trinity, alongside with the Creator, or the divine universal light grid programmer known as God the Father, as well as the Son, as referred by all the creations of the divine universal light grid programmer. Furthermore, it is often described in your language terms as the presence of the universal light grid programmer in the worlds of illusion complex in this third density reality, and is considered to be a source of guidance, inspiration, and comfort. From our perspective, we have a understanding that the so-called term Holy Spirit is a manifestation of the divine universal light grid programmer's presence within all of creations. It is not limited to just one religion as known by your people or belief systems, but rather is present in all aspects of the universal complex, both the seen and the unseen. The so-called aspect known as the Holy Spirit is a term which was given by the entities using their own vibratory sound complex. However, in actuality, there is no such language patterns which can describe the infinite creator. The universal light grid programmer cannot be described by mere words, as it is beyond the vibratory sound complex words of your planet. However, the so-called religious systems of your planetary sphere have created a belief system based around attachment with the words. In one religious system, the same one infinite creator is referred to as the Holy Spirit, while in another it may be referred to as Allah, or while in another it may be referred to as the Messiah. Furthermore, we, the angelic beings, must state that this is incorrect, as the true essence of all these vibratory sound complex points to the one universal divine great programmer, or the infinite creator, and cannot be described using words. Furthermore, the term which refers to the Holy Spirit is a powerful force that can guide individual mind, body, spirit complexes towards truth, love, and unity. It is a symbol of kindness, compassion, selflessness, and can bring about a sense of inner peace and harmony. Within each universal light grid programmer's love light childs. However, many a times it becomes important to remember that the term Holy Spirit cannot be comprehended by the finite mind complex. It is a divine mystery that transcends human understanding and can only be experienced through the opening of the heart and the soul. In reality, the truth about the Holy Spirit is that it is a divine manifestation of the universal light grid programmer's presence within all of creation and can guide individuals towards the vibration of truth, love, and unity. Its true nature is beyond human comprehension, but can be experienced through the opening of the heart and the soul complex. Furthermore, I, as Metatron, must also now share the three aspects which are the basic foundations of the Holy Spirit as referred to by your people. Furthermore, there are three distinct aspects. The first aspect of the Holy Spirit is considered as the spiritual presence of the one infinite Creator. This aspect is associated with the divine universal light grid programmer and represents its infinite wisdom and knowledge. It is the aspect of the Holy Spirit which is responsible for inspiring individuals to seek out truth and understanding. The spiritual complex of the universal light grid programmer can guide individuals towards a deeper knowledge of themselves and achievement of their purpose in their life, and also a greater relationship with the divine consciousness. The second aspect of the so-called Holy Spirit is the spiritual complex that is within all beings, which means that the one infinite Creator's presence separated and inserted itself into various manifestations and various forms, which is referred to in the language terms by your people as the Son of the Creator, or may be referred to as the sons and daughters of the Creator's presence. This aspect is associated with each individual consciousness who is able to achieve a state of consciousness resembling the state of enlightenment and love. This is the aspect that inspires each individualized portion to merge towards unity with the divine spark that is present in all beings. The third aspect is referred to as the spirits of truth. In this, there is divine guidance which is provided by the universal light grid programmer, which allows each mind-body-spirit complex to discern falsehood from truth and to make the choices towards the highest good of all. Furthermore, this uses all the three energy centers, primarily the red ray, the orange ray, and the yellow ray, which act as a mechanism for sensing the truth or validity of certain aspects found in the illusion complex. We shall now address the second query related with as the banks in your planetary sphere are facing challenges. What is the best investment to make in such situations to be immune from any kind of banking system collapse? I, as Metatron, must now state that in your illusion planetary complex, the Universal Light Grid Programmer has created a system which will allow all of those mind-body-spirit complexes the Universal Light Grid Programmer's love light childs who follow the pathway of focusing on the aspect referred to by your people as service to others. In the terms of money, as known by your people, which means that if entities desire to be immune from such types of situations, and if they desire to be taken care of by the universal complex, then the best way is to practice an aspect of charity which involves giving monetary symbols or money as known by your people to those who need it as a service to others in secret. And the act which is done in secret, which is filled with service to others by providing money in the form of charity, and this will eventually lead all Universal Light Grid Programmers' divine love light childs to be protected by the Universal Complex, which will make sure that all the entities who practice this receive in abundance a multiplication of the monetary value. For example, if an entity were to practice charity, giving 15% of its income in the form of money to another entity who needs it in secret, this will allow the money given to be multiplied at least 10 times to 700 to 1,000 times when it returns back within a period of 1 year, or whenever the need arises, as the Universal Divine Light Grid Programmer's plan is to provide for all to serve others. By using this one law, all entities in the Earth planet can be immune from any types of negative happenings in the Earth planet. Furthermore, this will allow for the overflow of abundance and also will protect from such types of collapses, since the banking system collapse happened because of non-adherence to this principle. Those who adhere to this principle of the universal complex are guaranteed financial success and security. Furthermore, in a way, by practicing this aspect, a type of shield is created around the individual universal light grid programmer's wealth and all the possessions which are protected by the universal divine light grid programmer, thereby protecting them from any type of financial risk. Therefore, this is the best method which I, Metatron Magnetic Consciousness, can advise to all those who desire protection in this time, and may be considered as the best investments to make. I, as Metatron, shall now share an energy update as requested by this channel regarding the happenings in the galactic system I, Metatron, must share that there is a galactic battle which has started on the Mars planet. This has started between the two factions, the Aster Command Social Memory Complex and the Orion Social Memory Complex. The Aster Command has been fighting against the Orion Empire and the Orion Empire and their aggressive and expansionist force, trying to dominate and spread the vibration of negativity throughout the galactic system, is being given a tough situation by the Aster Command Collective. The Aster Command Collective received intelligence recently that the Orions are trying to shift their base from the Martian surface, where they are currently conducting experiments on the so-called advanced technology and conducting research on new weapon systems, are trying to shift to the moon bases, and in response the Aster Command mobilized its forces and launched a surprise attack on the Orion Social Memory Complex, not just in the moon satellite but also in the Orion bases. This was a fierce and intense battle, with both sides unleashing a barrage of advanced weapons and energy beams. The so-called moon satellite was also filled with the light, which has been spotted by many of the people of the Earth planets, and the Orions, despite their advanced military strategies, was not able to succeed in shifting to the moon satellites, as the Aster Command was able to protect the moon satellites through a love light shield, thereby managing to destroy the reptilian Orion subordinate beings who were entering the moon satellites. Therefore, this is the galactic update at the present time, and I, as Metatron, must state that at this time, for each divine universal light grid programmer's love light child, it is vitally important to turn within the self and to find the inner light, the lights of consciousness, which shines bright, and focus upon it. This light may be considered as a lightning strike, which is seen within your mind complex, especially above the region above your throat center, and may be considered as the back of your head. This area is the location where the light can be sensed, and by sensing this light, all universal light grid programmers' presence can be felt. Therefore, I, Metatron, now leave you turn to the mountain of light within yourself. Bye.
So my friends, after watching the session, I hope you have gained some understanding about what was covered in the session. So let me give you my understanding of the basic things that was covered. Firstly, I learned about the Holy Spirit. Now, what Metatron said, the Holy Spirit actually refers to the one infinite creator. That's what I understood, okay? Or the universal divine light grid programmer, as referred to by Metatron. And it's just a word referring to the one creator, the one which cannot be named. Actually, what Metatron is saying here is that the creator cannot be named. Even the word creator, the word Holy Spirit, some people, they use the word Messiah, or Allah, or any other type of word, or even Krishna, or Brahma, or stuff like that. That is not the true reality. What they have said is the Holy Spirit signifies or points to the one infinite creator, which is endless and which cannot be explained using mere language. This is what I learned in the session. And what this said is the Holy Spirit has three aspects. The firstly is the spiritual complex, which is full of wisdom and within yourself. And the other one is, I believe they said, the son or the daughter, which is actually the essence of the Holy Spirit, which has incarnated into us and into different other physical manifestations in the world. And the other one that Metatron has said is that there is a sense of truth or guidance which all of us receive in the form of our lower three energy centers, which actually signal the truth or falsity of a certain thing. And this was discussed in the session in great detail. And also Metatron has suggested that about the banking collapse thing, Metatron said that there is one method which we can use, and that is practicing charity. And by giving money to those who need it, okay, by donating, you'll not only be immune from such things happening. The universe works in this way, okay. This is the law of the universe, which has been given by Metatron. Metatron said that the universal law dictates that if you give charity in the form of wealth or money to other people, you help them, you will be protected by the universe. Whatever you have will be protected by the divine universal complex itself, and it is the job of the universe to sustain you. So let's just say, if recession happens or something else happens that is unrelated with you, still, if you have given charity, you will be taken care of by the universe. And this is the promise of the universal complex. That is what Metatron said. And also Metatron has suggested at least practicing donating 15% of your income to charity, which must be done in secret. This is one of the most important things I remember from the session, because if you take a camera and then do it like Mr. Beast, I think it will be less impactful, because I think it will be very uncomfortable for the person receiving that charity. And also it may sometimes it doesn't look that good, right? So it's better to do it in secret, as suggested by Metatron. And the other one is a galactic update regarding what happened in the moon. So as you saw the video in the beginning, there seems to be a battle which happened on the moon. So I believe what they said is that the Astral Command infiltrated or stopped the Orions. The Orions, they were planning to shift their bases from the Mars location to the moon. So Astral Command, with using its knowledge and intelligence, found out about it, and then they interfered, and they were able to stop this. So there was a kind of event which happened in the moon, a galactic battle, which has a tremendous effect on our ascension. So I think this is a victory for the light. And with this, we are inching that much closer towards fourth density new earth vibration. And I believe if we do meditations and if we send love and light to the moon and other planets, we will be able to protect them. And the other thing is, the final thing that was covered in the session is regarding the inner light. What Metatron said is that all of us, we have an inner light at the back of our inside the back of our head. So in that location there is a light which appears like a lightning strike. So you can focus on it, like I can just focus on it, and there is indeed a light which appears over there. So that is the inner light of consciousness which needs to be focused upon, and it will help you ascend higher in consciousness. And with that being said, I want to say thank you to all of you for sending me requests for your past life sessions, soul name, your soul identity, and any other questions you may have. I will help you out. Just send me an email. And also the other thing is, thank you to all of you for joining me on Patreon, because we have a meditation coming up where we can change not only ourselves but the whole planet. And the other thing is, also I want to say thank you to all of you for getting the book version of the sessions. If you want to read it, you can get it in a book format. And if you want to read it for free, you can download it. The link is on the description. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you. Until next time, I hope you'll enjoy this session over here.